fashion is that it can be an art. It could be a way that people express themselves and bring to life new creations.
Yeah.
And so I think, when it comes to making sure that it's vegan fashion and that your items don't have fur in them, whether it's vintage or new,
right?
That your items don't have leather in it. There's pretty simple ways of doing that. You just read the label.
Yeah, and just like, if it might be. So if you think it might be, read it. Read it and weep because it's sad. And then move on to the next item.
I think people also have this misconception that, the sheep grow the wool anyway. They have to be sheared. What do we do with it?
Everyone says that.
But it's because we've bred them that way. We've bred them with these characteristics to grow so much wool that they need to be sheared. So the solution here is just stop breeding them.
Exactly.
Forcefully breeding them.
Yeah, you think they were made for us to wear? No, that was just protection for them.
Yes. And this same concept, I encourage people to look further into the leather industry and also fur. The practices within these industries, people will try to find the right way to do the wrong thing, but at the end of the day, there's no right way to take materials or take somebody's life away.
Yeah, it's like their skin. It's their hair. It's like being like me being yanked and like my hair being chopped off all the time and like being stuck in like a prison just for my body.
But dude, it's like all for what? For you to like think that you look cool? There was this guy that I dated who I was like head over heels for. I thought he was the hottest shit at the time. He was this like punk rocker dude covered in tattoos. Ugh, love.
Bad boy.
And he had this leather jacket.
Of course.
And at the time, I was vegan, but I wasn't as outspoken. I wasn't like an activist like I am today.
Right.
And I remember one time we worked together. This was bad. We were leaving the office and we were going out for karaoke with some of the other coworkers. It was a Christmas party and we were in the office, and as he was about to put his jacket on, he went to like grab something else. He says, "Can you hold this for me?" And I'm like, a million thoughts went through my head. I was like, oh my God, I love this man. I don't want to upset him, but I also don't want to hold his like cow skin leather jacket. What do I do? And I just looked at him. I said, I'm sorry. I need to run to the bathroom. I'll be back.
You're like, oops.
Didn't end up holding his leather jacket.
Wow, Jamie is extreme. She's like, you won't even hold it.
No, you're lucky. He's lucky he doesn't know me now. I would probably have like a serious sit-down conversation with him and force him to watch slaughter videos for an hour if I knew him today. But he's long gone. Well, I would just play it and then guide his head and eyeballs towards the screen.
You're like, look at it. Look at it.
Watch it. Look at what you're participating. Yeah, if you're going to wear it, you should at least know where it comes from, right?
Exactly. So, that's not even enough for some people, though.
Dude, it is absurd, and that's my little dating story. And listen, if you're out there, I'm not going to say his name, listening to this, you know who you are. And I hope that you've switched to wearing a vegan leather jacket.
Yeah, there's so many options. Like on the show that I worked on, the guys that made the jackets for the show also had vegan alternatives.
The point is if you could get that same look without hurting anybody, why wouldn't you do that?
Right. I think most people would do that if they could.
Yeah. And also realizing that the leather industry in particular has put out smear campaigns to say, oh, but there's plastic in those vegan leathers. It's bad for the environment. Right. And it's like, there's plastic in leather too. And what's really bad for the environment is the actual leather products, because you put so many toxic chemicals on the skins to keep it from breaking down. And also you dunk the leather skins in formaldehyde, people develop cancers, and then that water goes into our
ocean.
Into
it's crazy.
So you want to talk about the environment? Like, come at me, buddy. I'm ready.